Yo, what's up? This is Robert DeLong, and this is my piece for Sounds Magazine.
I think it burns my sense of truth to hear me shouting at my youth. I need a way to sort it out.
Growing up in Seattle was, it was interesting, and definitely I gleaned a lot of my, the way I write music from there. But I haven't really lived there for about almost a decade now. It's fun to go back there and play for my family and friends and stuff. It's great to have my mom out at the show,
Did I make money? Was I?
It was about a year ago or so when I realized that this is definitely something that's going to be kind of the focus of my attention for at least the next couple years or whatnot. Which is great. It was it was a positive experience realizing that I could devote all my time to working on just this one project and not have to teach drum lessons anymore or whatever. So the whole process of getting to the point I'm at has not been, I don't think it's been difficult. It's just a build. It's a constant build. I've been a musician, I guess, as long as I can remember. And I've always, played in bands, played music. And then over time, the solo project I was working on just kind of coalesced into what it is. I spent a lot of time alone in my room just kind of crafting this thing. And then slowly I stopped playing in other bands and just focused my attention on this. And then I got management, got a label, and all that stuff. And it's been kind of a slow build. I mean, it's really been the last couple months, though, that it's definitely taken off. And I've been pretty much never home, just busy on the road, which is great. It's what I love to do, play shows.
You see the substance I abuse.
I don't feel any pressure necessarily. I mean, I'm a very self-motivated person, I suppose, and I always feel like I have to, make sure that I'm working on stuff all the time and always, practicing and whatnot. And I guess there's always pressure, because there's deadlines for remixes and stuff like that. But it's not, it doesn't overwhelm me. I enjoy it. It's fun work, and sometimes it's really busy, but I never feel overwhelmed, I suppose. So the album, it took about, I wrote it over the course of about 4 years or something like that. And it was really just kind of a pet project for a while. I was playing in other bands, and I didn't really, it was like not something I focused my full attention on. But, I spent a lot of time working on recording it and stuff. And a lot of those songs kind of started out as kind of folk songs or rock songs and whatnot. And then over time, I kind of, as I got more into, especially like electronic music, and kind of got into the dance scene, I started kind of infusing all those songs with, kind of electronic elements and sounds and pretty much self-recorded from start to finish and mostly all self-produced and whatnot. And I just had some help on the final mix. So it's a labor of love. If I had to do it again, I wouldn't take that long, but yeah.
To hear me shouting at my youth, I need a way to sort it.
It's funny, I always get asked about who I would like to collaborate with, and I feel like my stock answers are, it's always like, these are the kind of, pipe dreams, but it's like, it's Brian Eno, Tom York, and I say Diplo because that just sounds like it'd be like a really wild ride. But yeah, I'm open to collaborating with anybody. I love all types of music. I listen to everything from, southern rock to dance music to jazz. I really love everything, and I kind of grew up playing a lot of different styles, as a drummer. So yeah. To me, it's always that's really important, is to always embrace the new technology that's coming through, because you can, it's just another tool. In the end, it's like still the most important thing is that people are writing songs that people can connect with, and are using sounds that people can connect with. But I think that the tools allow for a lot of new things to happen in music that, you think about like, the technology we have now is the stuff that John Cage wanted to use, and that's what, he was making music that was aiming towards that. I think that's sort of I think it's awesome. I think it's great, and I love it too now that it makes certain types of production so much more accessible. A kid in his room alone with a laptop can create a sonic masterpiece that rivals somebody with $1 million studio. So it's good stuff. What do I want to be in 5 years musically? It's a good question. You know, I feel like I've always approached music in a pretty haphazard way. You know, I write songs and I make music and record stuff and don't really think about what it is I'm doing, and then later go back and filter through my hundreds of ideas laying around and find the things that I like the most. And I'm constantly influenced by what's around me, but then also I'm trying to do something that's sometimes I'm trying to just do something weird and different, and so I really have no way to know where I'll be. But I imagine that it'll be, I mean, as far as my live show, if I'm still doing this sort of thing, I'm sure it'll be a pretty grand extrapolation on this. It'll be totally different, but I imagine that there'll be some similarities, and who knows? I mean, maybe I'll just write like a piano album, just be like me and piano. But I doubt it, but it's possible. So who knows?